until 10 o'clock. But what you could do was go to a gift shop, of course. And so what I did was I bought the power-up band while we were waiting to get into the land so that we could get it all linked to the app and get it on my son's little wrist before we got into Super Nintendo World.
Nice. Smart.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So we did that. That was $45 plus tax.
This was a divide and conquer, which is always a good idea. I took the kids with me. We went and followed the crowd to get our spot in line for when they open the gates. Rachel said, take the kids. And I thought she was just taking pictures because that's what she does, travel agent.
I did take some pictures too.
Vlogging, all of that stuff. And then she shows up with a power band. So if you have two people and kids, one parent takes the kids, get in line, the other parent go buy the power band, and then you get to just say, oh, excuse me, I'm meeting my family, and skip the line and get in with them. So
yeah. I wasn't that far behind you, though. I was pretty speedy.
Well, it was probably 5 minutes or so.
This would also be something that you could probably solve easily now, because now that it's open to everybody, a lot of the hotels are selling the power-up bands at the hotels. But they weren't doing it when we were there. You could only get it at Epic Universe when we were there. Otherwise, I would have bought it ahead of time instead of wasting my time.
You could check in and then get it all set up.
Yeah,
and then
I would recommend getting it at your hotel if you can. But if you can't get it at your hotel, they have them right at the gift shop when you walk in, and you can grab it before you get through for rope drop. So then they did rope drop. We went into Super Nintendo. I actually thought that Super Nintendo was the very best reveal of the day. Josh, do you agree? You're nodding your head.
So first of all, I love Mario. I grew up on Mario. Mario is fantastic. And you go through a warp pipe to get into the land. And then you go up a big escalator. And the whole time you're going up the escalator, you're hearing that noise that they play when Mario goes through a warp pipe. And,
yes, that.
I think our kids were doing something difficult, and I was annoyed and like talking to Rachel and arguing, and we got to the top of the escalator everywhere. And literally everything stopped, and I just looked ahead and said, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Like all of the frustration that I was dealing with in that moment were gone. It was like warping into a video game.
It was incredible.
Super Mario World is, spoiler, I guess, for later on. But if we're talking about immersive theming or just initial reveal, Super Nintendo is hands down the most incredible reveal. I think, Rachel, I likened this to, and I don't know if this affected anyone else like it did for me, Galaxy's Edge, when you kind of come around the corner and there is the life-size Millennium Falcon, and it's I am now in my childhood movie experience. It was that, but even better.
Nice.
It's incredible. You really are in the middle of the movie, or not movie, the video game.
The video game. I was thinking Tree of Life as one of the best unveilings, but I
it's a similar setup where you go up and then you come down. Yeah,
and I can see that. Whoa, it's right there in front of me, and I never even saw it.
But the cool thing is, from the videos I've seen, it's like when you get that reveal, it looks like all the kinetic energy is like in your face. Is that what y'all experience?
Yes, there's like little Goombas running by, and Yoshi's moving,
and there's swamps are going up and down. And the music is playing, and it's incredible. I mean,
it is incredible.
It is the Super Nintendo reveal when you go out that warp pipe is unbeatable from any.
Unbeatable. It's so good.
Beautiful. So did you grab the power band from your son Josh and start running around punching did Dad Josh disappear and 9-year-old Josh took over?
We were running for Minecart Madness, so I did not do that. I was a good parent, and I just picked him up and said, you can play with that later, son. We're going.
That's it.
Yeah. What I will say is you need to be careful, because you go up this escalator, you have this amazing reveal, but everybody's trying to run to the attractions. And to get to Minecart Madness, you have to go down some stairs. And there's tons of people, and everyone's running, and you got your kids and all this, and you're trying to look around, but you're also trying to not fall down these stairs. And so that was a lot in that moment.
Sounds dangerous.
It sounds like the dance.
It does sound a little dangerous.
That is true. There is a lot of up and down in the Super Nintendo area.
I can see that.
Multiple levels of things. So there's a lot of up and down on stairs and stuff.
I was curious about that. Is it set up like the land where it's they have a set of escalators and then a set of stairs? You go down one and up the other? Okay.
Yes. So you go up the escalator, down the stairs.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes.
There are ADA elevators.
There are.
You have to go around a corner, and you can get the ADA elevators to go down if you need them.
Okay. Good to know. All right.
So we went to the back of the land, and then if you go out the back of the land, you get to Donkey Kong Country. And so we went into Donkey Kong Country. Also a really cool reveal. It's like a totally different space because you're in a different video game. And so it feels very different in there. And so we went in and we went straight to Minecart Madness. It was open. We got through a bunch of the queue. There's like places